am really afraid of the female perspective on what the average male fantasy is. But this video has less than 1% dislikes, and I've never reacted to a shoot-on head video. I believe she makes good content. I'm unfamiliar with her game. Yeah, what are the perspective of the women's perspective on the average male fantasy? Let's see here. She's awesome. She was pretty fair. She's base as fuck. Oh, okay, great. All right, let's get into it then.
Money, status, fast, expensive cars. What is the ultimate male fantasy?
Jeez, what is my male fantasy? You know what mine is? My male fantasy is me blowing up to where I never have to listen to another retard for the rest of my life. Own a giant castle where like me and like 8 of my friends can live, but me and my wife and my 3 children have our own separate wing, and then the rest is like the village where like all of my friends live, and we have like cows, and we have workers where they make all our food for us every day, and we can just ignore the rest of the planet. Nobody can bother us. If anybody tries to trespass on our property, they instantly get fucking vaporized or sent to the dungeon to be our slaves. Yeah, that's probably my fantasy, yeah.
Is it fame, fortune, 3 hot chicks at once? Hell yeah, bro.
I just feel like having more than one woman at the same time is just like, but I can't focus on it, you know what I mean? Like I want to focus. Like maybe if like there's one like licking my nipples and the other one's juggling my balls and then jerking me off at the same time. But then again, if you have a real woman, she'll do all 3 at the same time anyways. Yeah, no, I think I'm fine with just one, bro. I don't need multiple women, bro. I'll just have one.
Brother, no. According to men on the internet, it's something a little more simple.
Like what? Having a handicapped waifu?
This is literally just a fetish. I fucking hate men so much. Men are why we can't have nice things.
I felt like there was nothing sexual about that at all, and it was just a guy and a girl being friends and helping her see the world. And, okay, hold up. Let's keep going here.
As I was working on an upcoming video, I made the terrible mistake of logging onto Twitter, where I saw this post. A montage from the anime Josie, the Tiger, and the Fish, a movie about a college student who's assigned to take care of a paraplegic girl, and spoiler, eventually they fall in love. Many men were yearn posting in the replies of this tweet and talking about how they wish to fall in love and would love a relationship like this, while many others, mostly women, were absolutely f***ing disgusted at this. Why would
Are handicapped women not allowed to have love or what? Oh, ew, cripple. Like, is that what the fuck is this shit?
would a bunch of men be fantasizing about being with a woman in a wheelchair? Seems pretty creepy and predatory, right? Also just unrealistic and problematic. Well, in this video, we are going to be talking about why so many men resonated to that clip and this movie, and why so many people are so confused as to why. We're also-
It also, like, didn't seem sexual at all. Like, okay, okay. Man, okay, the love and deep space community must be going crazy right now.
going to be reading some
No one hates women more than women? Yeah, true.
absolutely unhinged tweets, as usual, to get to the bottom of why such a wholesome post turned into, once again, another battlefront for the ongoing, never-ending gender war. Men versus women versus men, the male loneliness epidemic, the female loneliness epidemic, the dealing with dating apps. Do men prefer thin women or curvy women? Brunettes or blondes? Do women like dad bods or fit men? Do they like beards or clean-shaven? Oh yeah, that reminds me. Let's quickly get into today's sponsor, Henson Shaving. You ever just accept that?
Henson Shaving, I love it. What's your code? Oh, bro, dude, they're so good. I love that because the razors are really good. Dude, go to hensonshaving.com/shoe. Really good razors, dude. Really good razors.
Shoe and add both a Henson razor and the 100 blades to your car. Not skipping a connoisseur. In fact, I basically know nothing about anime.
I know everything about anime. I will help you. I will help you navigate this field. I got you. No one knows anime more than me.
The most tourist of all the tourists.
Okay.
Yeah, hi. I have a question. Was the upskirt shot necessary in order to advance the plot?
I will say, in Hajime no Ippo, do they really got to talk about Ippo's monster cock that much? Do they really? Yes? Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, Jesus, for the first 30 episodes, it was so innocent, and then everybody's like, have you seen Ippo's elephant dick?
I watched Pokemon and Sailor Moon when I was a kid, and a few years ago I watched Beastars on Netflix. Legoshi, best boy. Not a furry, by the way.
Great
ass
show.
That's
legit, dude, Beastars is so fucking good.
That's about it for my anime consumption.
Yep, it was great.
Unless
great
you're counting
choices.
VTubers. If you're counting VTubers, I I watch a lot of anime.
Yeah, okay, yes, VTubers do count as anime, they do.
But because of this clip going viral, I watched Josie the Tiger and the Fish, and, well, I thought it was a good movie. I recommend watching it. I thought it was a really cute, good story. I only cried a little bit, and I completely understood what the tweet meant by calling it the average male fantasy. So, what was wrong with it? Why did this clip go so viral in such a negative way? Why were thousands of people angry at this post?
That's what I ask myself every single time I tweet. So much so where I'm just like, okay, well, they're gonna get angry anyways, so I'm gonna just tweet whatever. Because these people are so far gone, bro. Like, they're so far gone.
Well, let us dilly-dally no longer and read some of these angry
White
replies
monster
to get a better
based.
understanding of what the issue is, shall we? Wholesome male fantasy, and it's fetishizing a disabled girl for him to control. Oh no.
That's,
they
like,
think, oh
not
God,
what happened.
Why? Always vulnerable, always happy, always needs you. Pretty perverted. Where are these fan fictions coming from? There were like hundreds of tweets just
Welcome to Twitter, where everyone's mental illness is your responsibility.
like this. Why did they see a cute montage of a happy couple, a man and a woman happy, together? I know, unheard of. Why did they see that and then immediately come to these conclusions? Like, as someone
Because they hate men so much, they can't possibly fathom the idea of a man making a woman happy.
who actually watched the movie, Josie is not always happy, and she's absolutely not portrayed as some like vulnerable ooh-woo sex doll waifu. She's boisterous, she kind of has a foul mouth, she's very sassy and headstrong, she like straight up calls him her servant, but she was also very depressed. She basically never left her house, she was basically a girl failure. As a former girl failure, I love to see representation in media. But
Are you really expecting Twitter to look for full context, shoe on head? That's your first mistake, man.
they actually show
That's
her
your first
disability.
mistake.
Not in a good way. Like, they don't romanticize it, they don't sugarcoat it. And I noticed, unlike a lot of movies, unlike a lot of romance movies, at least like the Hallmark kind, where it's like the stuffy male lead learning to live life from the quirky, cute female lead, he's already got his shit together. And she learns to live life from him. He encourages her to live her dreams. And in return, he learns to live life in a completely different way. And I thought that was really cool and sweet. Also, the animation was really good. Is anime good? Have I been
Yes.
sleeping on anime this entire
Yes.
time? His
Hey, on the off chance you ever see this shit, shoe on head, I think I can already tell exactly who you are by the 7 minutes of this video that I watched of you. Watch the show Freerun. It will change your fucking life. It screams everything who you are. It will give you a deeper appreciation of life and enjoying the little moments before they pass and enjoying those that you love before they're gone. It is a beautiful show. 25 episodes, very short.
fantasy is that she becomes permanently disabled
You can watch the entire thing in 8 hours.
and helplessly dependent on him, but can still make him a sandwich. Sounds about right. Oh my god. After watching the movie, these tweets are even more insane. But even putting the movie aside, just seeing that like cute montage out of context, where the fuck are they getting this? These are very clearly just two happy people.
It's in their
but because the caption
brains!
was the average male
It's in their
fantasy, the mind
brains!
immediately goes to the darkest, worst faith interpretation of this. The problem is these people can't see any humanity in men. They can't see any humanity in general. Average male fantasy equals girlfriend with no agency who's completely physically dependent on you and forced into blanket subservience and compliance. Sounds about right. You males are weird for fetishizing physically disabled women.
These are the same people who think that a unconsensual hug is rape. And these are the same people who think that if you regretted something that you did with a man 13 years ago, that now that it's rape. Yeah, all of these issues are self-procured in their own fucking mind. And they have this desire to be a victim non-fucking stop, and they want to make sure that everybody else on the internet suffers for it.
Average male fantasy is having a physically disabled girl that they can abuse however they want. Got it. Not to be that guy. I'm gonna be that guy. The infantilization of the physically disabled here is a little...
This video is a great demonstration why a lot of men are choosing to be single. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus. All the ones online are crazy. All the hot ones are staying at home doing OnlyFans, and the rest of them are just hogs working at Walmart, guys. You know, it's really, really, really rough. Yep, it's really rough.
Dare I say, ableist? The implication here that people in wheelchairs cannot find love, and if they do, the person who loves them literally just loves them because they can't run away. Weird. Average men can't even be nice to their healthy and normal girlfriend. What makes you think they'll be able to handle a disabled person as their lover? Whoa, normal? What do you mean by normal?
I'd rather be with a physically disabled person than a mentally disabled person. The problem is, man, a lot of people sure seem mentally disabled in big 2025.
These people are just so ableist, chat. Can you believe it? Chat? Chat? I don't even live stream. Who's chat? I'm disabled, blind. So I showed this to my boyfriend. He says, I love you because you're you, and you make my days happier. So what if I have to drive you places or help you with cooking and cleaning? I would have done that anyway. Disability has nothing to do with it. I love you. Ma'am, I don't know how to tell you this, but, your boyfriend is a rapist. Sorry you had to find out this way. You show this as fantasy because it's not true for the majority of men who participate in abuse of disabled people. No, the fantasy is the woman appreciates his efforts to make her happy. Stop lying and abusing women and the disabled. Your meds, schizo. You don't even know that fucking guy. What do you mean stop abusing women and the disabled? Bitch, who are you? Also, the majority of men participate in abuse of disabled people. Are you okay? The majority of men are not abusers. That is a very, very small minority of men.
Wrong. According to Twitter, all men are abusers, manipulators, gaslighters, and rapists. Yep. Every single one of them, man.
Majority of men are men that just wake up, take a shit, get out of bed, take a shower, go to work, come home, and wait for GTA 6 to come out. That is the majority of men. Men commit 95% of all rape, but okay. Barging into the romance section of Barnes & Noble like, attention everyone! Rape! Where is that coming from? So
runs into the local Starbucks. Rape incoming! What the fuck?
Close. This is fetish content. Ah yes, the dirtiest, most taboo of all fetishes. A happy relationship.
A man
Honestly,
treating
in
a woman with
2025, that might be
respect. How
true.
disgusting.
Oh, you want a wife and kids? You sick fuck. But this is literally just a perverted fantasy, LMAO. You think it's a perverted fantasy because, how do I put this nicely? You are a pervert. Literally seeing a cute montage of a male and female character having fun together, being in love together, and being like, rape! He's a rapist! This is a fetish! Are these people okay? Stop watching porn. Wait, this is a woman. Okay, stop reading Taken by the Werewolf Billionaire. Or whatever the fuck you read. I swear to God, some of the shit women read would make the most depraved internet gooner blush. Or so I've been told. This is literally just a fetish. Okay, listen, I'm not gonna pretend there's nobody out there who's like, she can't run away, she has no legs. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend there's nobody out there who has a crippled, disabled fetish, okay? I've been on the internet for 20 years. I've been on DeviantArt.
I'll be real though, that's so weird, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that is so weird. Like, sorry, guys. Like, if that's your fetish, that's so weird.
Seen shit you wouldn't believe. But the majority...
guys, we've all seen, what's it called? Guro? Yeah. I'm sure at some point we've all seen Guro in our life. I believe that's where, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that's where they cut off the arms and legs of the person they're having sex with, and then they use them like a fleshlight. I believe it's called Guro. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called Guro. I remember that was spammed all over 4chan back in like 2010 or some shit. Yeah, it's fucking disgusting.
Of people, probably most, if not all the people responding to this, do not have a cripple fetish, okay? In fact, her being in a wheelchair basically has nothing to do with it. Much like how females coom over like vampires or, like I said before, the billionaire werewolf fantasy. This is just the average male fantasy distilled down to its most extreme. So what is the average male fantasy? The average male fantasy is the fantasy of both men
of a woman actually being nice to them. That's my fantasy. You know what I like? I like when I'm nice to somebody and they be nice to me back. It's really nice, man. It's great. Yep. Oh, man. Would that not be so cool? I just want someone to be nice to me, man.
And women alike. It is simply to love and to be loved. But more specifically, the male fantasy is to be a protector and a provider for those that they love. Put a pin in this because we are going to come back to this in a big way, trust me. The average male fantasy
and by the way, I think that's every female's fantasy too, I'm not gonna lie.
Being a globally known terrorist. The average male fantasy is that a woman who isn't fat. The average male fantasy is actually job security. You know what? These guys may have a point here. Pedophile alert, men want disabled child wives. Average male fantasy is a disabled child. More proof that men are pedos. That's a little girl. This is weird. So first of all, she's literally older than the guy. The guy is 22 and she is 24. In anime years, he is practically hag maxing. And yes, she may be physically disabled, but aren't all men mentally disabled in their own special way? At least the ones in my audience. They will freely admit this. Maybe she, the older woman, is taking advantage of this sensitive young man. Have you ever thought of that? She looks like an 11-year-old child. Where are her breasts?
I will say, I do think that is one of the ploys that a lot of women use. And this one gets me very easily, is where they portray themselves like so useless, so helpless, so fucked up. There's a part of me that always thinks, I will save you, my queen. And that's how they get you, dude. I'm telling you, it's a manipulation tactic. It has to be. Because there's just no way they're this useless, right? There's just no way.
First of all, really
I'll fix them,
weird
guys,
way
I
to say
can.
that. She looks like a child. Show me her titties. Also, I love how like when anime women have huge boobs, it's disgusting, Coomer brain or whatever. But if the anime woman has small boobs, she is a child and you're a chimo. Can't fucking win. Also, if she had big boobs, they'd absolutely be like, wow, look at this sexualization of the disabled. Also, you know, like adult women can be flat-chested, right? Like that actually exists in real life. Like adult human women can have small boobs. We love all titties here on the Shoe on Head channel. All titties is good titties. End of story. Women fantasy. A boyfriend with depth and the loving, soft, deeply caring side of them. Men's fantasy. 12-year-old anime girl who looks and speaks like a toddler. Also notice how she's literally the shape and size of a child. Yuck. Have you people ever seen a child? No, you're all childless. Silly me. She's not even that short. She's just sitting. See, like when they're laying side by side, she's like a full-grown adult woman. Why do these people look at this and immediately think of child rape? Go to therapy. And listen, I know with anime it can get a little weird, right? Like, excuse me, Poo Poo Pee Pee Chan is 2,000 years old and this is Poo Poo Pee Pee Chan. But this does not even look like a child. This looks like a cute woman. This is like a random rant, but I feel like there are no more cute women nowadays. You know what I mean? You have all like the Insta baddies, the e-thots, the e-girls, the muscle mommies, the boss babes, the boy babes. But I feel like every woman is just hot now. Which, by the way, I don't think is healthy for the male psyche whatsoever. You shouldn't wake up and be able to scroll through pictures of like the hottest woman you've ever seen in your life like 20 times before you've had like your morning cup of coffee. You shouldn't log in and immediately be one.
Bro, it is so bad, guys. It's so bad. It's actually so cooked, bro. And you know what the worst thing is? They all got so much plastic inside of them. They're borderline like the fucking Terminator. It's all filters and fucking surgeries, guys. It's so bad.
Shotted by 10
It's
tens
so bad.
all day, as if that wouldn't make you go insane, as if that wouldn't make you crash out.
Yep.
Like back in the day, you'd probably see like one fine dame on your bus ride to work, and you'd think about her for 40 years until the day you die.
Yep.
That's how it used to be. That's how it should be. Now every woman is like a crazy, hot, unobtainable Instagram goddess with the fattest of ass. Zoomers don't know how good we had it. You go to Blockbuster, and the 21-year-old cashier behind the counter would be the most adorable woman you've ever seen. No Botox, no lip filler, just a pure soul, full of joy and whimsy. And now women are full of hate and SSRIs. But they're hot. They're hotter than they've ever been. They're hotter and more depressed than they've ever been in history. Sad. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, anime. I didn't take my Vyvanse today, could you tell?
Oh, God,
Men's
it's
fantasy.
so real,
Baked
dude.
a woman with the face of a 16-year-old that is useful for cooking, cleaning, and sex. Women's fantasy. Gets treated like a queen and a man who keeps tracks of our periods so he can take care of us. I think I speak for a lot of women here when I say our fantasies do not, in fact, include men tracking our periods. Personally, if my husband was like, honey, just a reminder, you're in your luteal phase, I'm taking the kids.
Yeah, that shit's weird as fuck, bro. Hell no. I also love how this person said, my fantasy is for a man to take care of me. But I guarantee they will see a man trying to take any amount of initiative whatsoever in a relationship and say, by the way, he's using you and manipulating you. It's like, okay, so what am I allowed to do here, guys? So you want me to take care of you, but I'm also not allowed to be in control or take charge of anything. So what is exactly you want me to do?
Men like to pretend they want this, and then they beat their wife when dinner isn't ready or their son when he's misbehaving. First of all, I'm sorry that happened to you. But there are in fact good men out there. I've seen them. Some may be in this very audience. Sorry, I couldn't keep a straight face. This is the Shoe on Head audience. You're all gremlins. Male fantasy equals a woman that can't run away from him. A woman that's dependent on him. Interesting. When men are involved, it's basic survival instinct to assume the worst. Men are guilty until they prove themselves innocent. You know what?
That person needs to get shot. I'ma just say it, guys. I'ma just say it. The guilty until proven innocent mentality that society has had for the past 10 years is some of the most harmful things that any person has ever had to endure, bro. Holy shit.
But I take my opinions back on free speech. I changed my mind. No more free speech. No more free speech until you bitches learn to behave. A woman's fantasy is a man who won't rape her, and a man's fantasy is raping a woman. I'm sorry, where is the rape, ma'am? Maybe that's how you see it, because you're brainwashed to hate men. So true. I hate how, but in reality, women are the real demons here. Oh, god damn it. We just want a happy relationship. Is it so much to ask for? Yes. Yes, it is. Oh look, more misogynistic gooner fantasy slop written by misogynistic gooner men. This is why 70% of anime is garbage. So here's the thing, that misogynistic gooner fantasy slop written by misogynistic gooner men was actually written by Saiko Tanabe.
Got your ass again, boy. Yep. Got your ass again. I'll be real, man. The most debaucherous, slutified anime, though, is written by women. It 100% is. We all know it.
A woman. A woman. wrote this story.
Yeah.
And I feel like a very important detail everyone is sleeping on when they covered this was the fact that this is very much the female fantasy as well. A man loving you for who you are despite your flaws, literally sweeping you off your feet and carrying you around on adventures, helping you live out your dreams, face your fears, and supporting you through the good and bad times. You're going to sit here and tell me that's not the female fantasy too? Is this not the basic female fantasy? Is this not the knight in shining armor coming to rescue you and falling in love with you? Why on earth are so many women so mad at this? Are men now the hopeless romantic?
They're not mad at this, they're mad at themselves, and they got to make sure everybody else on Earth is punished for it.
Romantics? Are men now the ones yearning for a fairy tale romance? Is this why all the Disney remakes are like, she's not gonna be saved by the prince, she's a strong, independent woman? Meanwhile, men still want to be the prince, men still want to be the knight in shining armor. Men are like, I will save you from your monotonous 9-to-5 job. I will give you a house and babies. And women are like, no, I must be an actuarial consultant. Be gone, vile misogynist. Is that what is occurring here? Also, that aside, there literally is a gender-swapped version of this story called Perfect World. It is a manga. Manga? Mango?
Manga.
Oh, no.
Mango.
Do not come for me, weebs. Men will statistically leave their wives and partners the moment they find out they're disabled or have a life-threatening condition. You're right, it is a fantasy. Actually, that study was debunked by the authors themselves, who admitted they did the math wrong. It's actually not much higher, but then again, even if it was, and it happens, I've seen it happen to people, it's terrible. Marriage should be through sickness and through health. But that's not really the point here. And the fact that so many people are focusing on the wheelchair part of this just proves that they just don't get it. The ones of pure mind and pure soul get it. But these f***ing semen demons out here, they don't get it. But not all semen demons. The amount of people in comments who just don't get that men want a cute, loving girlfriend is beyond me. They call them creeps for wanting actual love and not a girl boss who only wants your money. Ah, thank you, a sane person. Hopefully the replies aren't full of people calling her a pick-me. Pick-me alert, least obvious pick-me. Me, pick me please. Hope you pixie sis. Pick me, pick me, pick me.
Oh my
An incel could have written
god,
this.
bro, come on!
Why are so many VTubers either pick-me's or racist? You mean why do so many—
Bro, I hate how Kitsunero and Kirsha say, hey guys, happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Oh, so now you're grifting to care about men. Yeah, guys, in 2025, worrying about men's mental health is now considered a fucking grift. Yep, I know. Imagine that.
female VTubers disagree with you? Why so many aren't towing the mainstream liberal feminist NPC line? Because they can. See, the most powerful weapon women have against other women is social ostracization. You don't want to be seen as a pick-me or a racist, so you keep your mouth shut in order to survive in female social circles. But in the cases of VTubers, virtual YouTubers, they're basically anonymous. They can say anything they want. They're basically wearing a mask. They're free from the chains of the eternal HR Longhouse. But apparently even being anonymous online does not save them, because they still get doxxed for simply not hating men.
There's Kitsunero. There it is, man. Was just talking about them. They literally got doxxed because they said not all men are bad. Can you imagine that shit?
Lovely. Maybe I should save this rant for a different video someday. Moving on. Men are why we can't have nice things, by the way. First of all, men make all the things.
No, it's not. It's Chinese children.
Thank you. Thank you. Also, I just realized it was a man saying that. It was a whole-ass man saying men are why we can't have nice things. I don't deserve this trophy. This is for you, sir. This is for you. I'm not worthy. Listen, I make women jokes. I'm very critical of feminism and propaganda aimed at women. But you will never catch me in a million years saying some like women are why we can't have nice things. I have a mom. I have female family members. I have female friends. Maybe one day I'll have a daughter. Women make the world a beautiful place, and like men, can be flawed and deserve criticism, like anyone else. But there's something genuinely so cucked about people who put down their own gender or race. Oh god, race. Self-hating white people. Don't get me started on self-hating white people.
Yep.
White people are so evil. I hate being white. White people can't dance. White people food is so gross. You're not getting into Wakanda, bro. You're not getting invited to the cookout. And
hey guys, I'll say it. I love white people. Yep. Hey guys, I'll say it. I remember a popular OnlyFans streamer called me an alt-right grifter because I said, guys, I think it's okay to be white. These people are so pathetic, man. Legit, these people are so pathetic.
But yeah, women were not the only ones who had a problem with this. There were a lot of men who didn't quite relate to this being the average male fantasy. It's fine to love the disabled. I didn't need to remind you that. But to glorify it, this anime is certainly Marxist propaganda. The movie is about him taking a job as her caretaker, and when he learns of her dreams, he makes it his mission to help her dreams come true. So it is Marxist propaganda to help a disabled person pursue their dreams? Yeah, it's woven in. Empathy is the target of propaganda. Marxism is when girl in wheelchair. I love this. Empathy is the target of propaganda. Every piece of media that makes you feel empathy is communism. Political brain rot. If you're at the point where you see this, and you're thinking of communism, you need to log off. You are unwell. I'm sorry, but when I reproduce, I don't want a high probability of my offspring being mentally or physically retarded. We need a better class of incels whose bar is higher than the retarded. She's not retarded, she has a spinal injury that's not genetic. Also, what is this LARP? I love how everyone is just kind of having like a normal conversation about this clip, and this guy just comes out of nowhere like, I would never put my pure white seed in such a vile creature. Like, you absolutely know this guy has a non-white girlfriend. They all these like, I hate white people women always have white boyfriends. All these, I hate non-white people boys always have non-white girlfriends. I don't know what it is, but I've seen it too many times. I guarantee you when this man logs off of his Black Sun Roman statue Twitter account, he's clapping Latina booty cheeks. My fantasy is not being a simp, but okay. Fellas, is it simping to love a woman? Nah, this is not the male fantasy.
Yes.
That man is a beta male. If she wasn't in a wheelchair, she would leave him for Chad. Fellas, is it beta to love a woman? This is not my fantasy. This is some gay shit, to be honest. Fellas, is it gay to love a woman? What no pussy does to a motherfucker. Brother, I've seen what pussy does to a motherfucker. And it's far worse. The average male fantasy is taking care of their crippled wife. I don't think I've ever had that fantasy before. I thought it was going to be about going on some quest to kill the dragon to win the princess or something. It is. That is the average male fantasy. But there are no dragons to slay. There are no princesses to save. But there is that little old lady in the grocery store who can't quite reach that top shelf. There's that heavy box.
Oh, dude. When somebody says, oh, I can't reach this, can you get this for me, Sonny? Oh my God. Yeah, don't worry, ma'am. I will be your superhero. Oh, it's great. Or like when you're on a hike and one of your homies is just like fucking dead, fucking tired. They don't want to move at all. And I'm like, don't worry, bro. I'll carry you on my back. I remember I carried Leroy for 40 minutes because bro was just, hypoglycemic as fuck. So I carried bro 40 minutes out of a forest just to get him back to the car. Like, oh man, I felt like a goddamn hero that day. Not Shinya. I can't pick up that fucking guy. What the hell? I'd roll Shinya.
The pretty girl you work with can't quite lift herself. There's that jar of tomato sauce your wife can't quite open. There's that Lego set your little son can't quite put together himself. Or there is this paraplegic girl who wants to see the ocean. This is the Princess and the Dragon story. And despite what many are told, men do have a lot of love to give. And they want some kind of excuse or mechanism to show that love. In a world where men expressing themselves is either seen as toxic or gay. And one way of expressing that love—
I mean, it is gay, guys. If you're a man and you have emotions, it's really fucking gay. And if you're a man and you cried, it's not real, it's fake, it's performative. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's all for theatrics.
Is solving problems.
Everybody knows it.
Men fucking love solving problems. I don't know what it is. They also love reading Wikipedia articles. The amount of times I walked over and my husband was reading a
Fuck no, I don't.
Random fucking Wikipedia article about like the world's tallest buildings or like a random battle in World War II.
No,
I didn't know if this was autism or what, but apparently it's a man thing. Anyway, yes,
autism.
Men love solving problems.
It's autism.
And in a world that makes them feel useless, makes them feel like they have no purpose, men desperately feel like they need to prove their worth. They are desperately looking for a purpose in life. So it is not at all shocking to me that the modern young man is seeing a clip like this and longing for this. A lot of modern men don't have a chance to prove themselves, to make something of their lives. They don't have a chance to provide anything for it.
A lot of men just want to find someone going through hardships and make them happier than they've ever been before. A lot of men who have had bad childhoods dream of having a kid so they can give them the childhood that they wanted. And that's just how it goes. Men are not inherently evil. They're not. Nothing is.
Anyone because they don't have anything to provide and they don't have anyone. They are doing everything their grandfathers did, but seeing none of the results. They're lost. What can they provide? And as I said earlier, her being in a wheelchair is the protector and provider instinct taken to a extreme. And yes, it is a fantasy considering if you ask anyone who's actually in a wheelchair, they know it's not all butterflies and rainbows and they know that it's hard on relationships. It can be difficult on their partner. But just like in the movie, it's not shown as butterflies and rainbows. Josie feels like a burden. But towards the end of the movie, the guy takes on that burden, not because he gets something in return, but because it's his duty, because it makes her happy, which makes him happy in return. Loyalty, duty, virtue, acts of service, big or small, men live for that shit. And yes, these are stereotypes, not everyone fits into these boxes, blah 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 blah, but for the most part it's true. When many men look at this relationship, that is what they see. And a lot of modern women are looking at this relationship and being disgusted because in a way, it's the complete inverse of the strong, independent woman they've been sold, they've been told they need to be. The modern woman crafted by modern Disney for modern audiences. Unlike the Hollywood-crafted modern woman, this woman does need her man. She is not strong and she's not independent, at least physically. This doesn't mean she's like an empty vessel with no thoughts or freedom. No, in fact, in the movie, Josie does roll away from him a few times. It is a fantasy not because of a power imbalance, but because the man has a tangible purpose, and the woman is willingly and lovingly letting him fulfill that purpose.
Because I can depend on you. I know that if I ever feel frightened, I can just reach out to you.
Men simply want something good to die for, to make it beautiful to live.
It is just nice to feel wanted and that you make your partner feel happy. Because a lot of men on this world, they'll get a compliment 12 years ago and they'll remember it every day. And it is nice to just know that your partner loves you and appreciates you. I mean, even that moment was I might go watch that movie. That was a very, very, very nice moment.
This manifests in a lot of ways, but the most common is having a loving partner and or a family.
Now, I would like to say, not all women, let me rephrase that, barely any women are this fucking retarded online. But showcasing the retards is hilarious because, good God, they're miserable. I know tons of women, they're all great. But these ones, man, these ones are miserable.
Something unobtainable to many people nowadays. So yes, literally one of the most normal things ever is becoming a fantasy. Sad. Also, men will deny this, but they absolutely have a biological clock. It may not hit in your teens or your 20s, but one day you're going to have a dream. You have a little daughter making you pancakes with your wife in the morning, and you're not going to be able to get it out of your head. And that is the male biological clock. Everything you do, the money you make working that grating 9-to-5 job, it will all be for something bigger and more important than yourself one day. You will come home to a warm and happy home, greeted by people who care about you, and love you, and rely on you, and everything will make sense then. Until then, you'll just be on the internet, being called a misogynist, for wanting something bigger and more important than yourself, for wanting something beautiful
I've been getting that every day,
and
man.
That is the average male
getting that every day for 6 years.
And 3 hot chicks at once. Hell yeah, brother.
Hell
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So that was that little video. Men in the comments, let me know.
Bro, that was fucking awesome. You got this new subscriber out of me, Shoe on Head. Great fucking video. Yeah, my male fantasy is that people go like, comment, subscribe to me and Shoe on Head. That would be fucking awesome. But yeah, I mean, there's obviously a lot of crazy women on the internet. I'm not gonna lie, but it doesn't mean all women are crazy. Yeah, sometimes people be tweaking out over nothing. And it is just fucking miserable to deal with now, isn't it?